going on, my dudes? I wanted to give you guys a quick update on the S14. I'm actually sitting in it right now because it's at my yard at work, because we already took this car to get dynoed, and I'll go over the numbers and all that stuff right now. But other than the new interior that I got a few weeks ago, it did get a new transmission mount because the one I had was completely disintegrated, and I found out that I needed a new diff, or at least that's what we think it needs, because while it was at Rival Auto Works like getting tuned, it was making like weird clunking noises like in the rear section of the car, and it honestly sounded just like my S13 when it broke its diff. It was making the same kind of like clunky noises. Not as bad, like the car was still drivable. But it's still something that needs to be addressed before really ripping on the car. And because of that, I have to give a huge shout out to Adam, because he somehow had an S14 diff in his backyard. I think this was his brother's, and it's an open diff, but he said come and pick it up. He let me have it, so thank you to Adam. And since it was open, I needed to get it welded, and so Jason welded that for me. And so this is a new welded diff that's going to be going into the S14. I've been really blessed to have good friends who have lent a hand out and offered some parts for this car, and because of them, this 14 is getting closer and closer every day to being a complete car. But this thing was having an alternator issue before it got dynoed, and I don't know what Jason did to it. I think he rewired some stuff on the alternator side of things, but it works now. So now I can leave it sitting. It's been like maybe a week and a half since I turned this car on, so let's try this out now. I don't like to leave the car on for too long because it's very loud, and I don't want to disrupt the neighbors. I don't want to get any complaints from the city or from them. But while it was at Jason's, I had Tanner from OC Mobile Alignment come out and align the car. So technically the suspension, although I don't think it's dialed, it should be ready to drive on, because this thing was a mess. Everything was kind of like loose. In the rear, I had eccentric, like the stock eccentric bolts. If you guys know what eccentric bolts are, like, yeah, that's not really the correct stuff to have, especially with a car like this. So I got a lockout kit for it, and after that everything got tightened up and aligned, so we should be good for test driving. I say that it's ready to go, but really there's only two major things that need to be done, which is one, the diff. We already talked about that. And then two, I got to put a fan shroud on this thing. I have it, it's brand new, and I just need to put it on. And I don't know why I didn't do it when I did the new fan. But after that, I just got to go over the car, and suspension wise, it's already nut and bolt checked. These fenders are a little loose. I gotta find a way to strap these down. These are not staying, by the way. These are fine line, like 50 mil, 55 mil fenders. They're not staying. I have new ones on the way, but for now these are gonna stay on. That way I don't look that ugly when going for a test day. I at least have something up front covering up this ugly mess. And then after that, we should finally be able to hear this single manifold sing. I don't know about you guys, but this has been the most exciting part of this car for me. Just hearing that manifold. Driving an SR car, I mean, it's been a while since I've driven an SR car, so I'm kind of whatever's about that. Maybe I'll learn to love driving an SR car again. I do miss how light, nimble, and responsive an SR car is. I still would prefer JZ, but I do miss that about an SR, how it's very light. But no, for reals, I need to see how well this SR does, because it hasn't been driven like hard in like 7 or 8 years. I forget how long. And it now has 740 injectors, a single manifold, and a T28. Very basic bolt-on stuff. I think it has like S14 in igniters and new spark plugs. This is like pretty much your basic bolt-on SR. It made 258 on the dyno, and that was at 14 pounds, and I left it at 14 pounds because this is supposed to be like a simple SR car, and it is only on 91. I decided not to go to E85 with this car. I also have OEM headlights that I'm going to be replacing these ugly, I don't know, D-Max Spider style headlights. These are going to be on here temporarily, but the headlights that I found, they are in really bad shape. They have no brackets right here and no way of bolting on over here. I got to figure out something to get this thing bolted on to the actual car, not just like on the fenders how I think OEM is supposed to be. Maybe I'll do that in another video. And like I mentioned earlier, I do have new fenders on the way. They're gonna be a lot smaller than this. I forget how wide they are. I think they're like 30 mil, which is like the smallest I could find that wasn't OEM, and that way I wouldn't have to cut the rear because the rear is pretty straight and I didn't want to have to go super wide in the rear. If I go wide in the front, I have to go wide in the rear, or else it's gonna look funky. It's gonna look like a front wheel drive car. And 30 mil I feel like was the smallest one that I think won't affect the rear of the car also. And also I got a new kit. It got delivered to me by JP from Zilla Garage, so big thank you to him because he helped me bring it over and he brought it in his truck, so thank you JP. But this thing is gonna get that kit and painted as soon as we do our test day. I just need to know that it drives well, and I want to drive it with no kit, ugly as is, because I don't want to paint it and then go and find out, oh shoot, the steering and the front binds on turn 1 at Apple Valley Speedway, and then boom, there goes the brand new kit, there goes a brand new paint job. So drive while ugly, and then we'll make it look pretty after. So once I get this diff in and get that fan shroud in, it should be ready. I hope everything goes well. And I actually do have an event that I'm going to be driving at the end of August in Apple Valley Speedway. It's called Toge, Club Toge, I believe, and I just joined their event. I don't know the guys there, but they seem pretty cool. And yeah, I'm gonna be there. If you guys happen to be at the event, come say hi, come say what's up if you see this ugly thing. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I know not much happened in this video, like a lot of videos, but it's just an update. A lot of the stuff I didn't want to record because I just wanted to get to work on it. And same thing with the diff. I'm not gonna show you guys how to put a diff in. I feel like most of you guys already know how. Hopefully next video of this car will be either putting on or fitting the headlights or driving it at the track, but that's like another month from now, so maybe we'll take care of the headlights. We'll see. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.